Hello everybody, my name is Haltz, and before we get into this video, I just wanted to say that this audio that I used for the interview is about 4 months old because I'm very busy IRL, and as such wasn't able to get around to editing the video until, well, about 2 days before this video is coming out, and as such, some of the points that I bring up are just a little bit dated, but they aren't super dated, so they're relevant enough, and I really hope y'all enjoy. This is my first time doing something like this, and I really hope you enjoy the video. So without ado, on to our future presentation. Hello everyone, my name is Salt, and I'm here with the one and only Radiation Hazard. Go ahead and say hi.
Hey everybody.
So, you are here on the Salt Show to give us a look into the life of what it is to be the Radiation Hazard. So,
Of course.
what do you consider your channel to be about?
So mainly, it's about showing people. In my mind, it was about showing people maps of like Half-Life 2 beta. You know, the cut content,
Yeah.
leaked content of Half-Life 2, and it drifted off from there to become a facts show about telling people facts and technical things that which I didn't bring on to myself, but it just became that because in everybody's mind it's just that, oh, Radiation Hazard, he knows everything about the beta, but I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like Mark Laidlaw in disguise. I'm gonna go have to scratch that off my conspiracy theory list, but
But
all
yeah.
right. So, since that is, where your channel kind of started, and the most important starting thing of a channel is the name. Where did the name Radiation Hazard come from?
So when I started the channel, I looked at a lot of YouTubers like Some Ordinary Gamers, Mutahar, or even PewDiePie, and all the mainstream people. And I was thinking, like, how did they come up with their names? And it didn't make sense. So that wasn't a option that I could go with, like coming up with something random. So I thought, if I'm gonna be making videos, because I started off with playthrough videos of Half-Life 1 Source, I was like, it should be something related to Half-Life, science, radiation. Yeah, there's a lot of radiation in Half-Life, and it's dangerous, it's hazardous. And then it clicked. I was like, oh, Radiation Hazard. That sounds good. So at first I wasn't kind of like very, sold on the idea. So I thought I should shorten it so it'll sound kind of cool, Rad Has. But I was like, nah, Rad Has doesn't sound like anything. I should probably use the full form. So I kept using Radiation Hazard, and it turns out everybody in the streams and the comments started to call me Rad Has. So it was a full circle at the end. But yeah, that's how I got the name.
All right. That actually, my theory is it was just a quote of the HEV suit when you're in like a area with a lot of radiation in Half-Life 1. That's what I thought it came from, but I was.
But yeah, it did come from Half-Life, so you were correct on that part.
I was partially there, but yeah. On to your recent shift in channel content. So the first thing that I've had in mind is why did you change your profile picture from just like the Gordon Freeman we all know and love to the HEV suit with the helmet? Is there like some symbolism behind that?
There's no specific symbolism, but rather baggage on the Happy Doctor profile photo. So I used FaceApp to make Gordon smile, and I changed the background, and I was like, yeah, this will be my profile photo. But I made like 25 videos on the beta in the span of like 7 months or even more, and that photo got associated with the beta. So like last month or even before that, I was thinking for quite a while that I should be branching out, get out of the beta, do more Half-Life retail stuff, talk about expansions, characters, and other things, maybe mods. but the problem was that whenever anybody sees that smiling Gordon, it was like, oh, that's the profile photo of that one beta YouTuber. So I had to come up with something more, not original but different, something that sets me apart from all the beta baggage that profile photo was carrying. So the next best thing was the Black Mesa HEV suit with the helmet on, because that's just a man in a suit. He's not Gordon, but rather that's radiation hazard now.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like a
Mhm.
rebranding thing. I gotcha.
Yep.
So, any other, like, just outside of Half-Life, any other games you plan on covering?
Yeah. Right now, I got one idea I had like yesterday was Quake 1,
Mm-hmm.
because it got a remaster, and I want to do a few videos about Quake, just show it off, show its art style, map design, what it was, show it to people who never played it. And, it's part of history. It's a very important game, but doesn't get the love it should.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Stalker. I'm doing a Stalker. Actually, the next video I was gonna upload is about Stalker. Then there's Half-Life 1. Well, that's Half-Life. Doom, classic Doom, Doom 3, Black Mesa, and a few older games like Max Payne and, Max Payne 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I made a few videos on Max Payne 1, but I think I should continue that series. All part of branching out and making more variety content.
Alright. Here's the big one. Like, this is the biggest of the boys. This is the gun arc to the head crab here.
Right?
Do you ever plan on doing a face reveal?
So jokingly, I've often said that whenever people ask me, I've said that when Half-Life 3 comes out, I'll play it on stream, end it, and I'll do a face reveal right after. But on a serious note, I don't really care much for doing a face reveal. I don't think it's very important to the channel. So no, I'm not. Probably 80% chance I'm not gonna do a face reveal.
Alright. And finally, what do you think is the largest hurdle that you've, like, overcome, like, technically wise?
So technically, well, there's many elements. Depends on the person you're asking. For me, the biggest hurdle I overcame was having a good PC. And basically in 2018, I got a proper computer, so I was able to make videos, of any modern game I could want to, like Half-Life 2, 1, or any game of the time. Before that, small fact about myself is that this is my 4th channel that I worked on. 3rd or 4th, I can't remember because it's been so long. Yeah. My first channel actually was in 2009 that I created, and the biggest problem at the time was 2 problems. I did not have a good mic, and I did not have a good computer. So all I could do was record Nintendo games, all old NES games, and make videos like AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd. Those were not as good as him. Those videos that I made were just me cursing at a game for like 10 minutes and just the video cuts off. Yeah. But in 2018, I got a PC, and that's when I realized, like, I can do proper videos now. Like, I have a graphics card, I can record at 720p, 1080p, 60 FPS, good quality, something that people would like to look at. So yeah, having a good computer was a big hurdle, but I've seen people with bad computers, get success as well. But it depends on how patient they are with working on that kind of machine.
Alright, what is your general like process or like creative, uh, I guess probably a creative process for making your videos.
So depends on the type of video. So there's mainly two types um, that I've made so far. One type of videos are the beta ones, where it's just a showcase. Like you've noticed, my titles are like Half-Life 2 Beta, the Arctic regions, and it's just me showing off the Arctic regions, sharing some facts that I read on the Combine Over wiki, sharing my thoughts, and that's it. So what I do is, I know that I'm gonna make a video about the Arctic regions, so I get all the footage. First, the gameplay footage of me just walking around from start to finish. Then I restart from the first map, but this time in no clip, with the HUD disabled, with my speed slowed, and I get those cinematic shots,
Ah.
those slow moving. Yeah, I get to the ground or I get up in the air, I get an angle, and I just do a slow moving shots. So that's getting the footage. Next, I have two monitors, so I have the footage running on one of the monitors, and I have Word open on the other, and I'm writing my script. I start off with, the common line. In this video, we'll be looking at X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
And after that, I write the map's name, D1 underscore, as an example, D1 underscore terminal 01. In this map, um, the skybox is different. The shadows aren't as moody, or atmosphere is different, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, Once the script is done, start to finish, that's when I record the audio from the script. I have the script open, Audacity open, I have my mic, I start recording from start to finish. There's a lot of takes. Something that people don't seem to realize, even something that I didn't realize before I became like a video creator, a YouTuber, was that it takes a lot of effort even to just record the audio. So retakes on retakes. Once you get the good take, that's what you finalize.
Mhm.
So now I have the audio, I have the footage. I open up my video editor, and that's when the editing part begins. Syncing up the footage with what I wrote in the script. So if I'm talking about Terminal 01, I'll be showing footage of Terminal 01 of me walking through it and doing cinematic shots. So
Mhm.
that's the showcase types of videos. On the other hand, these types of videos I've done recently, and very rarely, are the analysis videos. For example, the problem with water hazard.
Mhm.
And in this, most of the most actually all of the process is same. I do it in the same steps, same way, methods, but the only thing that's different is the script, because in the script I'm not showcasing anything. I'm presenting a point, presenting a question or a statement, and the rest of the script is me proving that point, or at least trying to prove that something's wrong with water hazard. So I had a bunch of points written down before I even wrote all of the script, like it's slow, or it's tedious, it's annoying, the boat isn't too good to control, stuff like that. There's too many breaks in the map. So that's the only difference in analysis videos.
Mhm. All right. What softwares do you use for making your videos?
So for the video editor, I have Premiere,
Mhm.
Adobe Premiere. For audio recording, it's Audacity. And for music that I make myself is Fruity Loops.
All right. Um, Overall, what would you say, since a part of your brand, I would say, is streaming? What would you uh give as advice to any upcoming streamers?
As part of streaming, the number one, the most important thing is that you interact with your viewers, because there's a lot of streamers on Twitch and on YouTube, And unfortunately, I even did this as a, experiment. I just hopped onto a random stream that had like 10, 20 people. And what I noticed was that everybody was talking with each other rather than the streamer talking to the viewers, which was kind of weird. Like, I get it if some people are introvert or are not used to talking, you'll get better with time. But saying hello, saying, hey, how's your day been? That's enough to make your viewers or, your dedicated viewers' day, you
Mhm.
know? Like, I receive comments many times randomly on random videos that, hey, remember me? You said my name on stream? That made my day, or that made me very happy, or, you noticed me. That means a lot to people, to your
Mhm.
viewers. So interaction with your viewers is very important, but I'll, on a side note, to the viewers listening to this, your question would be at this point, I don't have any viewers, so what do I do? So the second most important tip I can give for streaming is that you don't start with 0 subscribers. That's the worst, like, that's the worst decision you can make, and you'll waste many hours.
Mhm.
The best way these days in this climate online is that you build a following with videos. Whatever videos, gameplay videos, commentary, try to make them commentary videos, analysis, showcases, and a good point to start streaming would be around 700-800 stream subscribers, because that's when I did my first stream, and I got up to like 20 views, which was mind blowing for me at the time. And from that, I went up to like 150, 200 viewers in a stream at the same time. So, the growth is exponential, but at the start, you need to have a following through your videos. So, people join your stream later on.
Mhm. So about the community interaction you talked about, where
Mhm.
does getting rickrolled fall into all that?
I know what I know what you're getting at, Salts.
Yes, the day where I completely destroyed you on stream. But
Yeah, I sort of up till that day, I had a very clean record of never being rickrolled or trolled on stream because my, intuition instantly told me like this person's about to troll you or is joking with you or whatever. But when I got rickrolled by you, that's when I was like, I have to accept defeat now. I have
yes,
been, in fact, rickrolled.
I got into
So,
your head. I told you a crappy pun every single day until finally you let your guard down, and that's when I struck.
yep, exactly. But yeah,
Yes,
that was a good moment.
it was a
Like
good moment.
moments, yeah, moments like those are very entertaining for, that was entertaining for me and the viewers because
Mhm.
it was funny. It was genuinely funny,
Yeah.
and people laughed at it and they enjoyed it. So yeah, uh,
Mhm.
it should be, these things happen naturally. You don't plan them.
Mhm.
So yeah.
I mean, also, we probably wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation because me rickrolling you is kind of like what got me to like actually talking to you more than just popping in and saying hi in your streams. So
Exactly, exactly.
there's more than death and destruction that comes from rickrolls. So
Yeah, there's a bright side to Rick rolling.
yes. Anyways, our next question is: how do you take criticism, like not like blatant hate, but like just like genuine criticism that you receive?
So I try to stay level-headed because at the start, here's the thing for any, person who's wanting to start YouTube or is trying to make it on YouTube. The day you start getting dislikes, one, two, three, and the day you start getting comments like you suck, your videos suck, I don't know, this is a trash video, know that that is the day you have finally upgraded and you are now on the next level of YouTube. Because I noticed that up till a certain point, I did not receive any criticism. Even
Mhm.
for mistakes that I made, no hate comment, no dislikes. Everybody was like, "Yes, you make awesome videos. I love your beta videos. Your commentary is good. Your footage is good, and all that. Editing is good." But then I started getting comments like, "Why are you commentating so slow? You're so slow at speaking." And that's when I realized that my first 3, 4 beta videos had a problem with them. They were so goddamn slow. So at the time, I was kind of very upset that how, in my mind, I was like, how dare they say that? I
Mhm.
want to commentate how I like. But when I got, calm and collected, I was like, you know, they're actually right. I rewatched those videos and I was like, yeah, these people might be a bit rude in their comments, but they give good criticism. I am slow. So that's when
Mhm.
I, speeded up my commentary speed on
Yes.
videos. But uh, it all depends on what the criticism is. If someone says, um, for example, I got comments like, um, so there was a map in the Arctic regions. I don't know why I'm bringing up the Arctic regions from the beta, but anyway, let's just go along with it. So this, let's say, for example, a person comes in and he says, "Hey, in that map showcase of demo underscore Arctic, you said that this was a test map. No, it wasn't. It was a proper map made for the story." Now, that's a criticism, but there's no validity behind it. He just says, because I says so. He's basically saying, I'm right because I say so.
Mhm.
However, I was very confident that I went through the wikis, I went through the servers, all the sources of information, and I knew that that was in fact a test map, not a story map. So that kind of criticism where people say you're wrong, or you didn't show that right, you didn't say that right, you just ignore that because you did your research and you're right. Then there's people like there's like subjective criticism and objective criticism. Um, Subjective, like people's what people want. Let's
Mhm.
say in my videos I used sad music. Let's say that it was sad or depressing music. Someone would come in and say, I like your video, but your music sucks. Why do you use that music? There's nothing wrong with the music. That's just your opinion, and either I don't mind it or I don't care. Because right after that, I'll get a comment like, "Oh, that music is perfect." So that's subjective. You may
Mhm.
like it, some other person would not. But then there's objective criticism, which is factually, you know, criticized. Is that, hey, your editing's kind of weird. You do too many jump cuts. And on that type of criticism, you would go back and you look at your video and you try to find any validity to that criticism. Am I using too many jump cuts? Or is my commentary volume too low? Is my music volume too high? Is the mixing right? Is the footage, uh, footage good or not? So that's when you check yourself. But yeah, take criticism, but don't take it personally. That's
Mhm.
what I've been going by.
All right. And finally, what is your overall like tip for just like channel growth? Like, let's say someone, they're not really into streaming, just like overall, just like they want to make videos. What have you done that's helped your channel grow?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and a lot of people just ignore this, even though I even say it on streams many times. Is that if you notice, my earliest videos, like I said before, were playthroughs of Half-Life Source and Opposing Force. That got nothing, you know. I try to make it funny. I try to edit it right. I had a good mic. I had a good PC. I had a good footage. It was edited right. For me, it's still good videos, but nobody watched them.
Mhm.
Nobody clicked on them. Nobody said, "Oh, what's this? Let's look at that." That's when I realized funny thing is, I was actually gonna do a Blue Shift playthrough series, but I stopped after Opposing Force because I realized the age of playthroughs is gone. Like, playthroughs used to be the thing like 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Like, I
Mhm.
remember watching playthroughs all day long of different people. There's so many people trying to do the same thing. Either it's playthroughs of games or it's shit posting, which is just, I don't know why people do shit posting on their channel and think that they would get, subscribers that way. You don't get subscribers that way, not unless you're like Chino Fabino or Corey Lado, or people like those make unique shit posts. But
Mhm.
so that's when I thought I should make something that would get people to click on it. If they see the title, if they see the thumbnail, they would be like, wait a minute, what's this? And they would click on it, and that would get me views. So for my first attempt was my first analysis video, The Fascinating and Depressing World of Half-Life 2,
Mhm.
in which it's the commentary in that video is pretty bad, even the script, but it was the first attempt. So anyway, what I tried to do was, again, like I said before, present a point that Half-Life 2's world is depressing, oppressive, sad, but there's also hope and, positivity. And then the rest of the video, I talk about those topics. How is it depressing? How is it oppressive? How is it hopeful? How is there positivity?
Mhm.
So that got me more views than all of my playthroughs combined, which was at the time around 1,000 views, which was mind-boggling.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, this formula worked. Not a playthrough, do something unique, share your thoughts. Now, that doesn't mean you just start rambling. That means you have to say something logical, something that some people out there will agree on, some people will disagree on. So that was that depressing world of Half-Life 2 video. Then, out of the blue, I saw the beta, like just floating around on the internet.
Mhm.
I was like, I have never seen anyone talk about the beta. I should probably make one video. And that was the plan, one video on the beta. Just a trial, just to see what happens. So I tend to not go clickbaity with my titles, so I made a video about the beta City 17, and I titled it The City That Never Was.
Mhm.
Half-Life 2, City 17, beta, the city that never was. And even on the thumbnail it said that. And that was something, I think, that got a lot of people intrigued. What do you mean City 17 that never was? And the thumbnail was this dark green font with a dark and gritty background.
Mhm.
That got me like 3-4,000 views in 1 or 1.5 week.
Mhm.
That's when I made a mistake, actually. That's when I dedicated myself to the beta. I should not have done that. Uh, Another tip would be to um, not saturate yourself, I guess, or not get stuck with one niche.
Mhm.
Because at the time, I was just happy that I was getting views, but I didn't realize that there's very limited stuff you can talk about the beta. For example, you talk about the 2001, 2002, 2003 maps, that's it.
Mhm.
You can't talk about anything else. Just 3 months, 3 years of the development, that's just like a year of content for you.
Mhm.
So from the start, I would definitely suggest that you pick at least 3 or 4 different series. Let's say Half-Life, Doom, Halo, or Call of Duty even. Anything that would keep you diverse and bring you a diverse community. So right now I'm going through a rebrand. I'm trying to branch out while doing Half-Life. My Half-Life videos get the same good views I always got, like 10,000, 15,000 views in a day. But I upload, like my latest video, the sponsored one, Red
Mhm.
Templar one, that got like 1,000 views in like 4 or 5 days.
Mhm.
So that's something. something like that happens if you dedicated yourself to one series or one niche. If I were like making videos on multiple series, that wouldn't have been a problem today.
Mhm. All right. Now to our final section, which is
Hmm.
the rather just fun fact stuff. So
Hmm.
we're gonna start this off with, what is your favorite Valve IP other than Half-Life?
My favorite Valve IP would be Counter Strike.
Mm-hmm. In any like specific parts of it, or?
Um, I absolutely adore Counter Strike 1.6, and I like Counter Strike Source. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to get into CS:GO like I did before in like the older games. I
Mm-hmm.
do play it sometimes, but in the Counter-Strike 1.6 days, and this is I'm talking about like 2004, 2005. I was like 9, 10 years old. I would My pastime would be downloading a map from the internet and just hanging around in the map, just walking in it. I would download these vehicle maps where you could drive cars or cartoony maps or, all sorts. Counter-Strike 1.6 had so many maps. It's unbelievable. And also like its own maps were pretty good, like DS Tech or D Train, like my all-time favorites. I spent a lot of time on these maps playing multiplayer games and all that. Um, Counter Strike Source because it has that source charm. I like how its maps looks, and again how modifiable it was. Like the previous game, you could just download a map, copy paste, and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason with CSGO, I don't feel that modifying element anymore. Like, I know there are mods for it, but that culture, that whole setting that used to be for Counter Strike 1.6 and Source, that online culture, that's very different now. It's very professional now because of esports.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the players, it's now about the brandings, the sponsors, and the big tournaments. So that's something off putting for me. But yeah, Counter Strike 1.6 and Source are my favorite IPs,
All right,
apart from Half-Life.
I gotcha. Uh, have you ever had like a hate comment situation that was just like flat out funny? Like the person was just so incredibly like wrong, or yeah.
Um, well, two of them I can talk about off the top of my head, but I'm sure I've had many. So one of these were after my first mapping contest I hosted, the hazardous mapping contest. And
Mm-hmm.
I get a comment on it. It's like a paragraph long, but I'll share a summary. Basically what the man was saying was that all of these maps are terrible. All of these modders and mappers are terrible. You are a terrible person for hosting such a contest. You should just delete this video because it's all terrible. So I made a mistake right at that spot. I responded because it's not about him calling me terrible because honestly, I don't care at this point if anybody calls me whatever. But it was about him calling the modders and the mappers terrible, which got to me in a way like these people spent so much time on their maps. For me, for this contest, how dare you talk like that about them? I
Mm-hmm.
don't care if it looks good or bad. So basically, I responded that you should rather encourage new mappers or modders rather than talking shit about them. You should say, hey man, this map doesn't look good, but you can definitely improve yourself. But right as I replied to him, I also told one of my online friends about it. And I was like, hey, look at this. I shared a screenshot. And he was like, Rad, that comment isn't like you. You sound very spicy in that comment, and that's not who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should just delete your comment and his comment and just forget about the whole thing. And it made sense. Like, I shouldn't be, I shouldn't get heated right away, like at someone's comment. So I just deleted it. So that was one instance of a. Later now I laugh about it, but back then I got really upset. But it
Understandable.
was funny. Yeah,
I
and
remember watching that video when it came out. It's probably like top
yeah,
10 favorite videos of yours that I've seen because
hey,
it,
thanks.
I'll admit some of the maps weren't the best, but it was just like the amount of passion gushing from like that like competition was just amazing. And
Yeah, absolutely. And the second instance was that this is the funniest one.
mhm
So apparently, I wouldn't say I was targeted or anything like that. Uh, so HL2 Beta, the Project Beta community YouTube channel,
mhm
they uploaded a video about beta maps, but in VR.
mhm
And it was such a big deal. I was like, oh shit, you got the beta maps in Source 2? But on the video, I commented something like, I didn't know I needed this until today, just to be funny, haha.
mhm.
On that comment, someone replied, STFU, you thief. I was like, what? You thief? I didn't reply. I didn't interact with that person. I didn't do anything. People replied to him, actually. Those people who watched my videos as well, they were like, why are you calling him a thief or whatever? A few weeks go by, I upload a new video. That exact same person comes back and he's like, this is all you can do. You can steal content. I was like, what? Whose content am I stealing? Gabe Newell's? Valve's? But anyway, again, I didn't reply to him. I just gave him a heart and I just moved on.
You gave him a heart.
Again, I gave him a heart. I either pinned these type of comments or I gave him a heart just to show that I love them even though their parents don't.
Oh wow.
So
Dang. Dang. If that person's watching this, dude, I'm sorry. You just got served. Like,
you
dang.
just got you just got radiated, brother. And like a few weeks later, this person always took a few weeks off and then came back to me. And
Mhm.
then he commented again something. I don't know what his latest comment. Again, it was about stealing or I don't know, whatever. Being a thief, a low life thief. I actually made it into a joke on my Discord server. Like people, my
He's like
one
a
of my
celebrity.
nicknames. He's not a celebrity. He's just a random person.
Mhm.
So on his latest comment, he was again like, "You low life thief" and this and that. I replied to him. I was like, "Hey, good to see you. How have you been?" And after that, he never replied or commented on my videos again.
That I can see that being rather comical.
Yeah, he was
That's
like hurling abuses, and I was like, "Hey, good to see you, man. How have you been?"
Was he like trying to imply that like only sorry, which channel made the original beta like video that you commented on?
The Project Beta community channel.
What was he like saying that only Project Beta community can like make beta videos?
I guess so. From what I understood, like what he's implying is that I'm stealing Project Beta's work. I mean, uh, I don't know how is it stealing if they uploaded it for everybody to download. I'm
Mhm.
just taking it and I'm just sharing my thoughts on it, making videos about it. I don't know what's so thiever, what's what I'm stealing from that. But anyway,
Yeah, that's quite bizarre. Wherever
yeah,
that person is today. Well,
yeah.
I wonder what he's up to. But this is a bit of a smaller question, but what Half-Life game do you think has the best soundtrack?
Uh, that's a hard question, to be honest. That's like the equivalent of asking is Half-Life 1 or 1 better or 2 better?
Mhm.
Because that's a really difficult choice. Um, I would go with, again, this is my nostalgic biasness talking out, but I would go with Half-Life 1 soundtrack.
I would
It's
agree
more,
with you there, don't worry.
yeah.
Even though I've
It's like
never even
more,
played it, there's just so much good. Like the well, I'm playing through it currently, but the ending theme just absolutely
oh hell
slaps.
yeah, I was just about to say that. The ending theme is a bopper.
Yeah, like if it wasn't for ending theme, I'd probably say 2 because 2 has like CP violation, guard down, you
Yeah,
know, those ones.
guard
But that
down.
ending theme just makes me want to start dancing.
Yeah, like there's also a lot of good like adrenaline guitar,
Mhm.
um, Nepal Monastery, Nuclear Mission Jam is one of my favorites. A lot of good stuff on there.
Mhm. What is your favorite like game or like Half-Life mod that you've ever streamed?
Um, so for the favorite game I ever streamed, and I'm sure I'm gonna get yelled at for saying this, is Hunt Down the Freeman to
Oh
stream.
God, I'm about to start
When I
yelling at you right now for saying that.
it's the listen, hear me out. It's the it is the best worst game ever made. And it is a joy to play it along with your viewers. And the things that your viewers come up with in the comments is just hilarious. I almost bursted my lungs out the last time I streamed Hunt Down the Freeman from laughing so much at people's comments. Like the things they say. And for the mod, um best mod I ever streamed. I don't particularly have a favorite mod that I streamed, but Entropy Zero had a lot of wow moments for me,
Mhm.
where a lot of the times I was going, "Oh shit, how did they do that?" Or, "Oh, this is really cool." Like least frustrating and most enjoyable to stream.
Wow. Yeah. I've heard pretty good things about that mod. But
Oh yeah.
back to a Hunt Down Freeman. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I've stayed as far away from that as I humanly can. What didn't they get like a bunch of like YouTuber voices for that game?
They did. They got a
Doesn't
lot of
Keemstar voice one of them?
Keemstar voices the US president in that game. Yeah.
All hail President Keemstar. Let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
That is, out of all of the roles they could have given Keemstar, why the U.S. president? That is, yeah, that's
That's a good question. Something I also wonder myself. Like why?
you should have voiced the main character. That would have made that game at least worth playing.
No, but actually in all seriousness, the main character's lines were terrible because obviously the voice actor didn't write those. But the voice actor himself was actually pretty good. Like
Actually
his
had some
voice is
talent.
actually good. Yeah, actually
Wow.
has some talent.
Good job, Hunt
Too
Down.
bad his
You,
Yeah, his lines were trash, and his model, the appearance of the main character, was a knockoff Geralt from Witcher.
oh wait. Oh my. I just I thought they were the same character. Oh
No,
my life is a lie.
nope.
Oh my.
Mitchell is a knockoff Geralt.
The more you know, Jesus Christ. That is
Yep.
that is rather interesting. I
Yeah.
must say. I would
I would
change.
highly recommend you to play through it. It is a life-changing experience.
It's if you're encouraging me to play Hunt Down the Freeman, you're paying for my hospital bills when I get admitted to a mental ward for playing that game.
Oh, no doubt about that. There's definitely some moments, gameplay moments in that game where you just pull your hair out, like, and just ask why. Why, God, why?
Why have you done this to the poor name of Half-Life?
Yep.
It was so innocent and so young.
I like to just, on purpose piss people off, just, jokingly,
Mhm.
when I say, guys, Hunt Down the Freeman is a good game, and people would be like, no, it's not. Then I would go, of course, I consider it the best Half-Life game.
Best Half-Life game.
And yeah, and people just start fuming after that. How dare you consider it a Half-Life game?
Gabe Newell been real quiet since Hunt Down the Freeman dropped, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I've learned a lot today. I learned that the Hunt Down the Freeman character and the Witcher main character are not the same person, and that you want me to go mentally insane for playing a terrible video game.
Yep.
So yeah, that's very interesting. So for our final question is,
Hmm.
where can our loyal listeners at home find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Radiation Hazard, on Twitter at radhaz_, and on my Discord server.
All of those links will be in the description, and if you don't follow and subscribe to them, I will personally find you, and I'll make you play Hunt Down the Freeman. So
Oh yeah.
you better subscribe, or else I will do that. But thank you, first of all, Rad.
All
Thank you
right.
for coming out and helping me with
Sure,
this
man.
interview. I appreciate
Of
your
course.
many insights and opinions, and it's helped me explore both the world of being Radiation Hazard and Half-Life so much more.
Hmm.
So I appreciate that. And thank you, the
You're welcome.
viewers, for watching. Who should I interview next? Leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next interview. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hey you guys, I hope you enjoyed that interview. It had real fun time making it. And thank you so much to Radiation Hazard for coming on to my show. I really appreciate what he did for me, especially he did all of the background music for this video except for a CP violation, which him letting me use it, I owe him so much. It really helped me make spice up this video, and so please make sure you're following him. All of his stuff's in the description. And who should I interview next? Please let me know. Send me your favorite YouTubers, and I'll try and do an interview with them. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.